Okay, 2017 Subaru Forester. We're changing the brakes on all four corners. So this is my buddy Don's and Judy's rig. Very nice car. So we're going to change out the brakes and go from there. Okay, so you take the tire off and you're left with this. So you take your brake caliper off, which is 14 millimeter bolt here and here. These are the slide pins that you want to make sure that are cleaned and lubed up really good. So you take these 14 millimeter bolts out, which I had already loosened them, broke them loose. But you take those out. Slide pins slide really free and easy, so that's good. This has been a well-maintained vehicle so far, so we're going to keep it that way. You take out the two 14 millimeter bolts, put those to the side, and the brake caliper comes right out. It's got a little bit of rust and stuff in there. We'll get them cleaned out. But you can see on here, never want to bind that brake line up either. So it's got a little bit of rust on here. We'll wire brush it clean. So you want to change your pads as well as your spacers or shims or whatever you want to call them. So in order to get those out, you get a flat tip screwdriver and a pry bar, and you just slowly put it in the groove right there and just twist it, and it pries it out just that little bit. That's all you need. All the rest of it just comes right out. Pry them out pretty easy and pretty simple. You got your indicator, your squeak indicator. So when this gets down to the level of the squeaker, this causes a vibration on your rotor, and you can hear it squeaking when you hit the brakes. Well, my buddy Don, he just noticed that the fluid level was going down instead of just putting new fluid in it. He knew that the brakes getting wore down, that fluid level was taking that gap out. So he knew it was time to change them. He's pretty mechanically inclined, so he knows what he's talking about. So you just go in here and pry out the old one like that, and then you pry up these old clips, the old shims. Just pry them out. You're not going to reuse them. You're going to put in the new ones, so that way everything's in balance. Come on, baby, get out of there. Yep. That's basically all you do, and then you take a wire brush and you clean all your mating surfaces here, and you take off all this excess rust as much as you can, and you put everything, all your new ones, back in there. There you go. There's all your old parts right there. Put everything back together in reverse order. Too easy. Okay, I almost forgot. You got to you push this piston back in. So there's two things you can do. You can either use a C-clamp, or they got these handy dandy brake caliper repositioning tools, I guess you call them. Anyways, so you just put it in there. This bracket here holds up against the caliper, and you just turn. Some of them have handles, some of them don't. Some have slide handles. But this, you got to bring the caliper back in, the piston back in. You can tell really easy, it's going in easy, so you know it's not locked up or seized up or in any way. So we're going to get this thing pushed back in, then clean everything up and make sure you don't rip that rubber boot. So yep, there you go. Okay, so upon inspection of these brakes are about 75–80%. Same thing with the other side. These are the front brakes. We were going to change all four corners, but He doesn't need to change the front ones. They're about 80%. So we're gonna save the brake pads that he has for next time, so that way he doesn't need to change the front brakes. They're seriously about 80%. So I'm gonna take them apart, clean them all up, make sure that everything's good. The slide pins are really nice and easy sliding, so everything's good. But just wanted to make sure. He came out and looked at them, but he agreed with me. They don't need to be changed because the 75% of the front braking, 25% of the rear braking, the front pads are going to wear out faster than the back pads. So we're going to go ahead and save them brakes and change the front ones out when these actually need it, and go from there. Save them a little bit of money. There's no sense in changing them. So all right, thank you. This concludes my video on changing the Forester, 2017 Forester. Same process as the front as you do with the back. Same 14 mil bolts, slide pins. Make sure they're all greased up really nice and easy. So yep, that's going to conclude my video. Thank you and have a nice day.